Master Mage, Season 1, Episode 17. At the moment, the dog was likely to be swallowed by the dark spirits. They could not see the dog covered by the dark wind. Gradually, the dark spirits had faded out. Fang could see clearly the dog. It was moving the head and tending to get back. The three of them were all very happy to see that positive sign, just seeing Yan's face. Fang could feel that how happy she was. Didn't wait for the dark spirit to fade completely, she rushed towards the little dog. But instead of being happy because of his successful sacrifice, Fang's face turned to be worried. The more he looked at the dog, the more Fang realized there must have been something off. Fang rushed towards Yan and stopped her right in the middle. He yelled out for Yan to stay away from the dog. Out of the blue, Yan had been shielded by the agile Fang, confusingly. She looked back at the dog that was walking towards her. Yan got scared to death from what she had seen and had to cover her mouth with her hands. The dog was awakened, but it looked abnormal. Its eyes were very red, its teeth have grinned tightly. There was some fresh blood in the mouth, and the dog was demonically sounding. Without hesitation, the dog jumped towards Fang and Yan. Fang knew that if he dodged, the dog was going to attack Yan surely. So he stood still, using his hands to cover. The zombie dog bit Fang's hand strongly and tore a little of his flesh down. Blood was everywhere. With the dog's angry look, no one could imagine how good it was just a day earlier. The three of them had no idea how the dog turned to be that demonic look. Yan got worried about Fang's wounds. She asked him if he got hurt. Fang didn't answer Yan but spoke out what he did wrong and how the dog became a zombie dog. Fang pushed Yan and Sam back. He tried to remember what he had used and found the cause or what he had missed. The zombie dog stared at the three of them with red eyes. It was likely seeing the three people in front of it as its prey. It came closer to the three of them. The zombie dog didn't want to stop. It stepped some more steps back and jumped towards Fang as a flash. Fang thought that the book's recall magic was about recalling the soul and helped people. But it turned out to recall a zombie and hurt people around. Seeing the dog was about to attack him, he had well prepared to fight back. Out of nowhere, Master Jackie had emerged and kicked the dog. Just in a blink of an eye, the zombie dog had flown out from his position a far distance. That was a strong kick. The dog had hit the wall badly, resulting in the belly had exploded. Its blood and organs splattered around the wall and the ground. No matter how severe the wounds the dog got, it was likely to get up and attack them. Seeing the great master in front of him, Fang got startled. He didn't wait for Fang to speak up. Master Jackie had berated Fang and annoyingly told him to hand his exorcist clothes. Fang knew that he had created a disaster already. He obediently took off the clothes and returned the great master. Master Jackie asked him where he learned that dark magic that he had never taught Fang earlier. Fang would have a punishment later on. He snatched the clothes from Fang and walked towards the dog. He quickly used the clothes to cover the dog's body parts. Inside the clothes, the dog was still trying to escape. Next, Master Jackie bit his index finger until it shed blood and drew a talisman sign into his clothes. The zombie dog stopped moving instantly. After finishing the zombie dog's body, Master Jackie yelled out and demanded Fang to close all of the doors as well as the windows in the house, then shielded them with the talismans. Didn't want to piss off the angry Master Jackie, Fang agreed and ran out. Master Jackie also told Yan and Sam to run inside and asked Sam to protect Yan if anything happened unexpectedly. After shielding the doors and the windows, Fang ran in front of Master Jackie. The master frowned and looked at Fang. Knowing that the master must have been very annoying, He asked the master what the situation was. Master Jackie didn't want to explain to Fang. He picked up the wooden sword and tossed it to Fang. He shouted out Fang must have used his blood and paste to the sword to defend later on. He took out the magic string, which had been tied some of the magic pennies from his sleeve. Out of curiosity, Fang wanted to know exactly what had happened. Unable to hold the anger, Master Jackie screamed out that Fang was the root cause of everything. He had told Fang multiple times that he should not try with the unclear source magic. Later on, he tied the string around his hands. He focused on the door. Master Jackie knew that there was an intense battle was about to happen. Fang stepped behind the great master. He knew that he was wrong now. He was hasty to help the dog and show off his talent in front of Yan and caused a bad consequence. He tended to ask more detail about what the master was watching out for. From the outside, there was something knocked off the door. Something was smashing the door. 1, 2, 3, and multiple times. The door was likely to be smashed already. Fortunately, the door had been shielded by talismans, or else it had been broken by the freaky thing outside. Fang was in a panic. The push to the door was stronger and stronger. What was that? How was it looked like and why it came to the house? At the moment, Master Jackie was still highly focused on the door. He replied that the thing outside was not a human being. Just in a few more moments, Fang had to pay attention and should not go easy on it. Hearing the serious master, Fang pointed to the door and shouted out what the demon wanted to do now. If they break the door, they had to pay off. Fang couldn't understand how serious the situation was. With his childish reaction, Master Jackie had furrowed his eyebrows and was speechless. After Fang finished, out of the blue, he heard nothing. Fang got a bit pompous. He even told his master that the demon had been scared to death in front of his scolds and ran away already. While boasting to his master, he felt that the sky was covered by black clouds. He surprisingly talked out loud about how it was so dark. That was at noon. Why the sky got that dark so quick? Master Jackie had to scold the stupid Fang, who he had pissed off at the market lately. Master Jackie gazed up to the sky. Hearing the serious words from his master, Fang could feel that the one who smashed the door must have been well cultivated. He didn't know who that was supposed to be. He kept faltering. The bad thing was just starting to come. The blue sky was covered by black clouds around. Master Jackie and Fang could recognize it was not normal. It must have brought some dark spirits inside. One by one, a thick spirit had come and covered up the sky and formed like a tornado. The atmosphere was so gloomy at the moment. Master Jackie and Fang knew how serious it was. The master started to tighten the string in his hand. He looked to the wall and shouted out to Fang that here it comes. Fang posed the prepared pose instantly. A rain of thoughts came to Fang's head. He knew that he had just made a dark and dangerous sacrifice, but with his current power, how he could recall something too dangerous to worry the great master that bad. Out of the blue, he saw Master Jackie stared at the wall, and he looked in that direction. Fang had eye-witnessed a demonic scene. Up to the stairs, the wall, and the rooftop, a group of straw hat-wearing men was staring at them. Fang found that those people looked very familiar to him.